What is going on, you beautiful people? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we got ourselves a mixed base banger featuring the fan favorite GRIMM guy. Not only that, but his opponent also chose GRIMM in the matchup, making this one of the most unique and dynamic matchups in all of Advanced Wars. But first, let's talk about the map here, which I also quite enjoy. The map here is called Looming Thread, a mixed base, 4-base matchup with 23k per side, medium to high income. However, as is often with mixed base maps, there's a lot of contested properties and you're probably not going to get all of them, and a lot of them are going to remain gray for the entirety of the game. So it's more of a 19k, maybe 20k per side, because a lot of these are going to just be brawls all over the place. I love this map for a few reasons. Also, to be noted, there's also labs here. So if you lose one lab, it's not a big deal. You each have 2 labs, but if you lose all your labs, you lose the game. There's actually 2 airports per player, so a lot of air units are prominent. But the gimmick on this map is this little artillery on each side over here. It is blocking the capture of the city and also the airport. Now, there is 2 schools of thought here. If I am a stallier CO, such as Olaf or Hawk or what have you, often the person will build an artillery from this base over here, put the artillery, say, on this plane or this plane over here, and capture these 2 at the same time, overloading the artillery. So you got 2 caps going on and an artillery staring down the artillery. The artillery has to choose one of 3 targets and often dies the next turn. On the flip side, if you're a hyper-aggressive CO, like Kindle, etc., you kind of want to avoid this artillery. Instead of going for this airport and these 2 caps, you don't even build your own artillery. You build a tank, you build a recon, and you fight for these properties over here instead. So it really is dependent on the CO matchup here. I just played a map as Kindle, and I ignored this artillery. But I've seen a lot of other players, it's the meta, you build an artillery here, overwhelm this artillery, kill it, then you pump out copters. The thing is, it's not such a huge deal not to get this airport because you will have your own airport elsewhere on the map, so it's not like your airport locked without it. If you did not have this corner base, maybe it is a little more forced to kill that artillery. I've also seen people break the pipe seam and a tank kill the artillery, so that's some wonky stuff right there. Also notable, 4 comm towers total, so 2 each if all things go well, which can make for some pretty high-octane attacks. A lot of base clearing, or city clearing, and base rushes are pretty prominent, but it's not always the same base that always gets singled out. I've seen this base overwhelmed over here. I've seen this corner base overwhelmed over here. Sometimes even the middle base is kind of constrained by all these mountains and whatnot. You can get an artillery lock going on over here. You put an artillery here, you put a unit there, artillery lock a base. The copters can kind of overwhelm this 2 base. The forest really kind of handicap that 2 base over there. So sometimes you can split the bases up and like put some units in between and they can't help each other. So I've seen base rushes everywhere. Usually conventionally though, this game is not won via base rush and more just getting income advantage, getting 3 of the 4 comm towers or 4 of the 4 comm towers and just winning that way. But now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. We have GRIMM versus GRIMM. So everyone knows GRIMM guy picks GRIMM like every single game. That's just what he does. That's his GRIMM guy. However, this is a tier 4 matchup, and Scandalous, instead of opting for the meta pick, which is Cole, Adder's banned, Adder's way too strong here for tier 4, opted for GRIMM himself, and I commend him for his courage. GRIMM into GRIMM guy, trying to beat one of the best players in all of Advanced Wars by Web with his own CO, without any sort of handicap, is incredibly bold, and I respect Scandalous for it. Scandalous, by the way, is only a 1300 level player, and when I say only, I'm comparing to GRIMM guy, who's like a 1700 level player without GRIMM. Okay? Scandalous is still far above average, don't get me wrong. He's in the upper echelons, but GRIMM guy is another thing. He's like 400 points higher than Scandalous. So it's going to be tough for Scandalous. He plays very well in this game, so I commend him for it. But GRIMM guy is something else. One thing about the GRIMM versus GRIMM matchup you don't often see is one-hit KOs, especially with 2 comm towers each. Attacking an infantry with 2 comm towers, GRIMM on GRIMM, will one-shot almost guaranteed on roads. There's a 10% chance it does not go through. So a 90% chance for one-shot on roads from infantry to infantry, tank to tank. On planes, it's I think a 10% chance, or the opposite rather. No, I think it's impossible, but you're close. Anyway, you get a power, everything gets one-shot. Superpower, power doesn't matter. You're one-shotting everything. So, and if you get 3 comm towers, that's when infantry start KOing infantry on planes, one-shot. Same thing goes with the tanks. So, yeah, things are gonna melt. Things are gonna get liquidated. This is insanity, a GRIMM versus GRIMM matchup. And without further ado, let's begin the game. So, since they're all mixed over, I'm not like in the left and the right. In the yellow, we have GRIMM guy himself. And in the green boys, we have Scandalous. The Acid Rain, I should say. So, let's see if either of them goes for the artillery play. I would doubt it in this GRIMM matchup. And Scandalous instead is not going for this cap here and the cap next turn, because sometimes you build an artillery, sometimes you put an infantry over here, attack from the mountain, you can deny it. So Scandalous heads up play over there, not allowing any infantry cheese. GRIMM guy does not offer the same thing, so Scandalous could interrupt this if he so chooses, depending on what GRIMM guy builds. GRIMM guy opts for a recon at the top. Recons are actually very incredibly strong on this map. I like the double recon build, and you kind of paralyze the opponent because they can only build one tank, so they can only address one recon. So one's going to go crazy, the other one's going to be constrained by the tank. But a double recon pincer is pretty strong. Will he do a double recon? Does not. Just builds one single recon to build another tank next turn. I thought he would go for a double here, honestly. You build one recon here, go from this space over here and slink it over here to deny these, perhaps? Because you can't really deny this property because the artillery is actually defending it. So, interesting. Just a single recon. Scandalous can easily respond with a tank from this base right here, though. So that's the thing. I don't know about the one recon. It makes the tank building very easy to counter. And Scandalous is not going for the artillery build since he has to go for a tank over here. So we're having the hyper-aggressive, which is very fitting to GRIMM, opening, not focusing on the artillery. Honestly, I prefer that. I love mixed base madness. Mixed base is also like an accelerated sort of game. Mixed base, like day 4 is like day 8 on a normal map. It's like double the speed of a normal sort of map, a conventional map, if you will. So prepare for some fireworks by like day 5 or 6 in mixed base oftentimes. So GRIMM guy builds a tank from this base over there. Interesting. I thought he might try to start chaining over here, but I guess he doesn't want to chain from a 1 base over here. He wants to chain from the 2 base, which makes sense. Scandalous, he can go attack the recon. Let's see if he does that. Going for these contested properties. Like I said, these are super contested. These are super contested. More contested than these. So, honestly, I go for these most of the time. J-Talk would talk me into it, honestly. And I love this move by Scandalous. Not even falling for the recon bait over there. Just like, I'm denying all of these properties. All 3 of these properties are denied now. There's no tank to reinforce over here. So something is going to get melted if he does. And this tank also covers the infantry. Pretty damn good start by Scandalous. I kind of didn't like this wimpy recon. You kind of have to double it up, honestly. It's not going to do the same if you just build 1 recon. So, we'll see. But GRIMM guy, I thought he might go for the cap here and the cap here. Double trouble, and then tank kills 1, and then 1 goes through. But instead wants to preserve all his infantry. Going to build a tank over here to cover everything. Wants to keep that unit count high, puts the tank over here, not even doing the same threat over here. So Scandalous will get this property very easily, and this property as well, actually. So that's pretty nice. Ooh, there is a recon, but a tank might be able to stop it. No, this one's not going to go through unless, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It can go through. So that recon is actually being quite pesky. Recons are good, but Scandalous does have the tank over here that will probably cover everything, honestly. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The recon cannot attack. If you build a tank here, the recon cannot get a hit free. And interestingly enough, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why. Okay. I was like, why is he not going down here to prevent the comm tower? He wants to prevent any sort of shenanigans. So this recon cannot slink over here. If this infantry was not here, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he could still do that. I don't know why he didn't just... Okay. Well, we'll see. But anyway, Scandalous really asserting himself at both comm towers. Mostly just tanks so far. No fighting yet, though, surprisingly enough. GRIMM guy going for the comm tower. Tank goes, melts in infantry. Just not even a question if it's a one-shot. This recon can chill here. Take an attack. But there's an artillery. And it's probably going to one-shot the tank, honestly, with GRIMM. So that recon can just chill out right here, honestly. Be a pest, just hang out, honestly. I don't really like passive recons, but it can just do that. It felt like that day 1 recon didn't really, or day 3 recon didn't really accomplish anything. I feel like you got to go balls to the wall 2 recons if you're building them early. So that was a little underwhelming. But we'll see what he can do with it. Going for the comm tower over here, and because this infantry is kind of paralyzed a little bit, can't really go for the interrupt and then the cap with this infantry. He will get this property, which GRIMM guy does not have in position. So Scandalous will have a slight income lead, which is very nice. Attacks here, look at that, a 3-8. Skips, for the cap over there, which is protected by the artillery. Probably needs a tank over here at this point, because this tank is going to have a field day. Yeah, exactly. Goes for the comm tower. Tank comes in, goes for the interrupt. Not bad, not bad. Gets one of the contested properties. Going for these two. Grim guy, will he go through with this? I mean, it's pretty scary. This tank is going to melt the other tank no matter what terrain it's on. I mean, he could put it on the silo over here and then protect everything, perhaps. Instead, centralizing it, not a bad idea. Can't really go for this cap because I'm telling you, like, no matter what the terrain, Grimm's offense versus Grimm's defense is going to melt you. You can be on an HQ, and a tank first strike will probably still beat you. So you have to be very careful, especially when the comm towers come online. No one has a comm tower yet, but soon, TM. Boom, dead. So you don't even have to guess like the amount of damage here. Goes for this. Instead of going for this over here, I think the thought was there's going to be a trap. The infantries will surround if he does go for the interrupt over here. So instead goes for the free 8 HP infantry. Recon comes in, gets its beep on. Okay, well, at least the Recon's getting some value. Playing pretty passive over here, not going for the interrupt. So Scandalous will have the comm tower advantage. 2 comm towers to 0. Boom. Bang. So now we got 150% firepower to 80% defense. Let's see some fights. Boom. That's not even being close to 200%. That's just nuts. That's a one shot. Going over here. That's a free kill. Nice little find by Scandalous. Just picking up these little tiny tactical kills. Oh, close to a one shot. Like I said, I think it does 90 to 99%. So just one more percentage point would give it a 10% chance to kill. This will probably knock it down to a 2. Scandalous is a little behind on income, but got the double comm towers. This is going to go through, though, so that's very nice for him. Contested property, where Grim Guy does already have this, actually. Blocks with the infantry. I'm telling you, Grim Guy, he is the master of tactical blocking. He's just so good at that stuff. So he's just going to block this tank from getting a revenge kill. Melts that. Now this tank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's no way to hit from the forest. He's going to get the comm tower too. So that comm tower deny is not going to work out for him. This is not going to work out for Grim Guy though. Like seriously, this mountain is open. There's no chance. And neither of these properties are going to get flipped. So take off that 23k. Let's turn that down to a 22k maximum. And then we got all these other contested properties. So now you're seeing in real time why mixed base is not really true to the actual income displayed on the map. Not too many tactics though. No copters yet. And Grim copters are phenomenal. And honestly, copters on this map are phenomenal. You can build a copter here and slowly slink it down and then kill this. You don't even have to invest in anti-air. And then you can capture these 2 properties. So slink a copter down here, make sure it doesn't die to an anti-air, and then you're looking pretty dang good. You're going to get some income advantage. But now, Scandalous is going for an overwhelm. Oh, he's going for the double trouble. Kills the comm tower infantry. Going for the airport. Very interesting. Going full defensive over here. Just giving up everything. I mean, I guess he sees Grim Guy's strength over there. I don't know about that. Builds a copter, though. I love the copter build. Got to interrupt on the right side with the mountain. I mean, that's happening. Knock it down to like a 2. Oh, my God. That's just So you have to be very defensive with your tanks. You have to hide behind infantry. And even infantry walls aren't good. So Grim Guy goes for this. I think that's honestly a better move than a tank. It's a free tank, but still. You build a copter next time, though, and then that's dead. And then you're capturing this next, and then you're going to have a nice 3k income advantage. Whereas there's nothing captured over here. So we shall see if that play pays off. Tank comes in. Oof. Close to one-shotting a lot of units, but not quite, because Grim Guy is lacking the comm tower that Scandalous has. But he's about to go through these 2 properties over here. He's about to have a pretty nice income advantage to Scandalous. Builds his own copter. So Scandalous is going to have a comm tower advantage. And that's it. But we'll see. No one going for these middle properties. Everyone's just dancing around. Oh, yeah. I'd really love to see that copter front shift. I'm curious where this copter is going to go. Is it going to go straight up where there's nothing? Or is it going to go to the side? Is it going to go to the middle? See what he chooses here. That's a one shot. It's a one shot. Will the tank attack the infantry over there? I'm curious. We're getting close to power range, and that's where things just start melting. Melting like your chunky monkey ice cream in the freezer. Okay, so the copter goes for the middle strat. Not quite committing to either side. Could go here, could go there. So it's an obvious anti next turn from Grim Guy. Really saves him some time. Building up infantry, probably going for this double cap soon and trying to overwhelm. Okay, interesting placement. I mean, you can one-shot that or close to one-shot it, and then this tank will definitely one-shot you. Boom. Okay, we got some tank fights going on over here. 3-8. Gonna attack from the city, no doubt. Knuckle Duster. First power comes online. Grim Guy. Well, that's a one-shot. Boom. Everything that attacks is a one-shot now. That's a one-shot. Boom. That's a one-shot. I'm surprised he did this attack, though, honestly. It's a little nutty. That's a one-shot. Really wants to deny income. And starting to build mechs. And I feel mixed about maps. I feel mixed about mechs on mixed base. Because it really hobbles your maneuverability. You want map control in mixed base, and mechs have 2 movement. And if you don't have a transport copter or an APC, you're not getting shit out of them. Like, it's defensive. And you don't want to be defensive on mixed base. You want to be on the offensive. The best defense is a good offense. And mechs, it's kind of conceding that you're going to be defensive. So I really don't like that mech build. Hopefully he doesn't have mechitis and start spamming mechs. That's when you know you're terminally ill. That's when you start spamming mechs. That's a sign of a bad time. Okay, good. You seem to have stopped. I swear, mechs are like drugs, man. You build one, and you're like, 2, 3, 4, and then before you know it, the game's over, and you've lost. So, anyway, bonk. Not quite a one-shot because of the defense from the power. Bonk. Doesn't kill. Wow. That did 2 damage back. This one, I've never seen that before. Late Knuckle Duster chose not to use it for this initial engagement for some reason. That's a one-shot. One shot. Has to build an anti-air. Forced. One shot. This tank basically died for pretty much free. I mean, the copter can shift over here. There's going to be another tank covering. Kind of liking Scandalus's, and you have to dedicate a tank to hit that 1 HP infantry, which is really annoying. And you can't one-shot this infantry because it has the defense. So this tank has got away for a free tank kill. I mean, you interrupted the property, whoop-de-doo-dah, but you just lost a tank. So Scandal should be head on unit value for sure now. Boonk. And he could try to swindle this capture. He actually gave Grim Guy this. I'm honestly surprised Grim Guy got away with this. So Grim Guy's going to have a pretty healthy income advantage now. He's still lacking the comm tower, though. And it doesn't look like he's going to get it. Grim Guy being a little defensive. Oh my god. Grim Guy getting mechitis. I don't like it. Getting defensive on the 2 base over here. I don't like it. Let's see if Scandalous can like front shift or take advantage of this. Because Scandalous he's probably gonna win this property, honestly. I don't like this. Yeah, is this just his? Free hit for them. See, you have nothing over here because everything's scrunched up over there. You're getting free kills. You're threatening these properties now. These are very contested properties. You could put the tank here and attack. I know what's happening next turn. He's going to attack this with the tank again. He's going to put the artillery here, and he's going to put the infantry capping the airport. It's going to be a triple threat. Basically, a looming triple threat, but delayed instead of day 4, day 5, day 11 or 12. So, see if that pays off for him. You can put an infantry right here on the mountains, the other capping. Opts to not do that, though. Going for very defensive. Very conservative, I should say. Going for the cap over here, so he can only interrupt one of these 2 with this infantry. Or tank, but that's dubious because that's just 7k down the drain. Okay, that makes sense. Grim Guy goes for the interrupt there. I don't know if it's sustainable. Can block, though. Knowing Grim Guy, he will be able to... He didn't... Instead of blocking, goes for the cap. So he's making him pick between the copter or the infantry. Built a tank over here, so probably going to have to go for the infantry, because if you attack with a copter from the forest, this tank is going to annihilate you, plus this, it's going to die. So probably going to have to force himself to go for this interrupt over here. Scandalous has been behind in income for the majority of the game. Has been trading very well. Let's see the KD, actually. Scandalous is behind on KD, actually. I thought he was ahead. But he's behind. So he's behind on everything, actually. He's been playing so well. The thing is, you can play so well, but you're playing Grim Guy. You can play phenomenal. You can give yourself an A on your report card. Tee-hee. But then Grim Guy's getting an A+. He's skipping class and he's still getting an A+. He's that freaking guy in class who doesn't do any work at all, but somehow gets straight A's. F those guys, honestly. But that's Grim Guy for you. You just can't beat him conventionally. You have to have some sort of tricks up your sleeve, or you have to play out of your mind and hope he slips up, which is not rare. But these mechs are kind of slip-ups. They're kind of sussy. So these mechs, can he take advantage of? That's like one little advantage he has. He has more vehicles, right? Scandalous has 7 tanks, 2 artillery, 2 anti-air, and a copter. Whoa, Grim Guy actually has more tanks. 10 tanks to 7. He has 1 more. Okay, Grim Guy's just winning, actually. I thought he had some sort of advantage, but he doesn't. All right, well, good luck to Scandalous. So he kills off the infantry, going for the breaking the pipe seam up here. So a tank can one-shot it on the shoal. That's not terrible. Whoa, 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 whoa. Scandalous going in. Knuckle Duster. Uh-oh, he's going in for the base, isn't he? Oh, yeah. Oh, that, I mean, oh. Is that a one-shot? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. And you can't break through to kill the copter? Wow. You just got infantry, 2 mechs, and a tank blocked. Remember how I said these are vulnerable bases with these mountains going on here? I wasn't joking. And he's going to capture this now. You cannot interrupt that. Wow. Wow. Actually, he could interrupt it if he tank one-shots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he actually can't. This is guaranteed. And that's a pretty hard property to get back. Capture this property as well. Wow, put a tank on the silo there. You're looking pretty good. That's a really good move by Scandalous. That's a one-shot. See if you can snag this property, maybe. Nope, not even going for it. Copter. That was a good turn by Scandalous. Now he's ahead in unit count. That was a great find. And the Copter and this guaranteed cap, this is probably not going to go through from all the tanks, but still, that was impressive. Like before the turn, like, what was he at? Wait a minute. Grim Guy did this, so he's behind 20,000, 27 to 31 units. Bam, 32 to 23 units. Great turn by Scandalous. Still behind on income. Will be ahead next turn though. Impressive. Still has denied this comm tower too. But Grim Guy's fighting back. He's sacking this in. That means one thing, guys. Knuckle. Duster. The counterattack is coming. But it's not enough. That hurts. That hurts. I don't know if that's a roll if you guys want to check. I don't think it is because Grim has the extra defense. And if there was this comm tower, if Grim Guy had that comm tower, pretty sure that tank's dead. But Scandalous's expert denial of this one comm tower seems inconsequential. Oh, you have so much firepower. What's one more comm tower? You have 140 fire. You have 140% firepower. Who cares if you have 150%? Well, it mattered this turn. And you cannot kill the copter. And in fact, Scandalous might be able to sack this in and then start going crazy on this base. Oh, and also Scandalous getting this, by the way. He will definitely be ahead in income. Grim Guy's fighting back, though. He's probably going to attack the silo tank with a copter. Okay. Interesting. See if he can block the copter, the Schlopter copter. Comes in from behind. Does get a kill there. Wait a minute. The fact that this one shot right here means this was absolutely a roll. Wow, Grim Guy got a little unlucky there because this one got melted. So you know it's a roll then. Wow. I don't know what the odds are. Someone in the comments wants to find out the odds. Okay. Has to build another anti-air for a single copter over here. I mean, there's another one coming, but still really annoying. I thought he was going to attack there for a second. That's bold, though. Here comes a copter. That's really aggressive copter. Forcing an anti-air. But now, Scandalous has the income lead. He's pretty equal on units, but he'll be ahead at the end of the turn. He's got a lot of time, too. This is Global League. Scandalous is moving quickly. Grim Guy usually plays like 10 games at a time, so it's a little harder for him to keep up, but still. Kills the copter. It wiggles that pipe seam. Wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Bringing the tank back here, kill the pipe seam, and then boom, you're looking good. Actually, what did I miss? The 3 HP interrupts over there. Yeah, you got to keep that income low. There's no anti. This is a free hit for the copter. That's beautiful. Scandalous getting some pretty nice free hits. Will that kill? Nope, not quite. Not with the power of the defense. Not bad, not bad. It sucks that you have to shift over here because the artillery hits these 2 spots where it really wants to go. This tank might chase it too. Scandalous is looking like he's going to get this airport very soon. And GRIMM guy, I mean, Scandalous might be like moving here and then moving to get the... Yeah, that's what he's doing. Trying to sneak in the... I mean, you have to sacrifice either a tank or an infantry to stop him. So it's not a terrible move. Looking pretty good for Scandalous. Honestly, he's playing out of his mind. He was playing like perfect, but GRIMM guy slept up with the mechs and the positioning there. Jesus, well, these one-shots are crazy. These one-shots are crazy. Wow, the copter sacrifices itself to prevent the artillery and the subsequent airport falling, and also this property. Not just the airport, but also the property for GRIMM guy. Very, very interesting. What can Scandalous do? I mean, he's got this. This is going to get a free hit over here as well. Like this. No, it actually won't. No more free hits for the copter. I don't think this tank reaches. No. So the copter will be reined in. Yeah, that's nothing can really. It's not going to get the airport. Free one shot. Overwhelming again. He's going all in. He's going to capture this. He's going to capture this. Wild. Simply wild. That's a one shot. It's a one shot. What's the copter going to do? I mean, copter, I mean, he can block with it. He can block the, wow. So it does get a free kill. Well, this one sacrifices itself. So many threats, though. You have the unit count over here. You're just giving capture threat, tanks attacking. This tank will get a one shot. This is within tank base range, so this is going to die. But this anti-air, like, you're going to get a copter kill, but what do you do with the other one? Sacrifice to get this infantry, but then this copter is going to go crazy. Builds another artillery over here. That's a little sussy. Not going to lie. Just go for the double cap right now. Boom, bang. So one of these is going through. Honestly, I might have used an infantry to cap the block here because that tank might interrupt you, honestly. I would have used that. Although this tank would kill you too, so take your pick. I don't know about the artillery either. A tank here would be more of a deterrent. Here we go, though. Boom! Goes for the airport. Yeah, he's doing the clear there. Doing the clear there. That's a one-shot, too. Didn't even use the infantry, honestly. I thought he might use the infantry, but instead going for the recon. Looking to recapture this base. Scandalous. You can't reach with the infantry. He'll have to be using this tank right there, which you don't want to use a full HP tank to interrupt a cap. That's not ideal. GRIMM guy mounting some sort of comeback, though. You know, he's fighting. Scandalous looked ahead, but now GRIMM guy's fighting back. Although GRIMM guy does end the turn below an unit value, which is not great. Not great. One shots the artillery. Or the anti-air, excuse me. Whoa, he did reach the anti-air. So he's allowing the cap over here. But honestly, like, allow the cap. Like, you're massacring. And you're capturing this now. One shots over here. You honestly don't even need these anti-air. Like, he has no more copters. They're kind of just sitting there. So it's not really a big deal. Might as well just interrupt things. Use this to blast through, build a tank, whatnot, so you can one-shot the artillery eventually. Looking pretty threatening. This only has 32 wiggles left in it. You shoot that one more time, breaking through the tank one-shots from the plane onto this. So these are going to be falling very, very soon for GRIMM guy. And GRIMM guy is looking very bad, actually. Holy crap, he's not looking good. How did that happen? He's going to lose his property. Wait a minute. He stopped this property? Wow. And also, this is like a 10% roll right here. What? How did he do a one-shot? Oh, there must have been chip. There has to be chip right there. There's no way that goes through without chip. GRIMM guy resigns. Who saw that coming? GRIMM guy challenged with his own CO by someone 1,300. Granted, 1,300 is very good. It's probably in the top 10 percentile. but Grim Guy's in the 0.01 percentile. Wow. Honestly, we all know the turn that did it. Grim Guy was slightly ahead here. The positioning, the mechs were the beginning of the end. They always are. Everyone falls for it once in a while. And this move by Scandalous was a thing of beauty. Boom, muck, knuckle, duster. And then this roll failing, also very bad for Grim Guy. If you got that roll there, maybe the game ends differently. But that was a thing of beauty by Scandalous. I told you copters are so good on this map. And this copter also did work. Look, it got 1 kill right there, right? What else did it do? I'm pretty sure it got another kill too, for free. Yeah, got another hit over here. And then I think it got another kill too. Got another kill there. Got away with it. And then got another hit here. Dude, this copter single-handedly basically killed 4 tanks and mechs or whatever. That is insanity. This copter won him the game. This copter took off like 28K. If Grim Guy had 28K left, he'd have 80,000. That's a much closer game than 52,000. Wow. That copter. Wow. If you thought copters were decent on this map, I encourage you to take a second look. They're more than decent. That is insane. Well played by Scandalous. Man, the guy played out of his mind. I was very impressed. I saw this game at first, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a massacre. Like, this is not even going to be close. But sometimes if you just play out of your mind, you wait for the slip up, the slight mech slip up in the positioning over here from Grim Guy. Grim Guy was winning for the majority at the beginning. That one slip up, that one copter domination, and he got it. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys were entertained. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.